Hello, and welcome to this second in a series of tutorials intended for citizen scientist amateurs that show how to use satellite images to monitor changes in vegetation extent and condition. This tutorial demonstrates how to download Landsat images using EarthExplorer. Before we get started, here are the other tutorials in this series. Check the description below for links to these tutorials. This tutorial covers the 5 steps required to download Landsat images using EarthExplorer, starting with creation of a rational folder structure on your computer. Creation of a rational folder scheme before you start downloading satellite images can save you major headaches as we go through the tutorial. The top-level folder contains all downloaded and processed Landsat images and associated files. The first level down contains images from different years, and the next level down contains images from particular dates within each year. The bottom level folder contains the images that we will be downloading in this tutorial and folders that we will be using in future tutorials. There is also a folder containing the QGIS project you will be using to process images, along with any other QGIS-related files used here. The next task is to create an EarthExplorer account. Here is the URL where you can create a free EarthExplorer account. Moving right along, we will now specify satellite image search criteria. Once you have an account and are logged in to the USGS homepage, you will specify the search criteria for the dataset you will be downloading. First, we need to define our region of interest. There are several ways to specify the region that you are interested in, but an easy way is to pan the EarthExplorer map to your region and simply left-click a polygon around the region. For this series of tutorials, we will be using images covering northern Door County in Wisconsin, USA, but of course you can use images from any region for this series of tutorials. Now, at the bottom of the search criteria page, you need to specify a date range. Finally, you need to specify a cloud cover range. You can start with a fairly narrow range, but may need to loosen this up if no data is found for your date range. Having specified the search criteria, a particular satellite image dataset must be selected. Go to Datasets to see which datasets are available. Here we will be using Level 2 data from Landsat satellites 8 and 9. This dataset has been pre-processed to remove atmospheric effects. Note that the earliest data collection date for Landsat 8 is 2013 and 2021 for Landsat 9, so you would need to use other collections for earlier dates. Now we are ready to download the selected dataset. Having selected the dataset, click Results to get any available images matching the search criteria. It turns out that for the search criteria used here, there are 2 satellite images that satisfy the criteria. Clicking on the footprint icon reveals the area covered by a particular image, with the example shown here covering the entire region of interest. Clicking the Download button opens a box where you select the particular files that you want to download. Click Select Files to begin the download process. Here are all of the Landsat spectral bands available for download. Now on the band download screen, deselect all bands, select bands 2 through 7, and download the bands. These downloads should go into the appropriate folder in your rationalized folder scheme. Note that here the downloaded images have been renamed to conform to the naming scheme recommended here. This is a table of Landsat spectral bands with an overview of the characteristics of each band. For this series of tutorials, we will be downloading bands 2 through 7. For future reference, note the resolution of these bands at 30 meters. Having downloaded the satellite images, we are now ready to move on to the next tutorial in this series, where we prepare the downloaded images for processing. Please note that this series of tutorials would not have been possible without the generous assistance of staff at the USGS Earth Resources Observation and Science Center. If you have questions on how to use Landsat data, contact their customer service. All Landsat data used here, courtesy of the U.S. Geological Survey. Thanks for watching this video. See the description below for links to all of the tutorials in this series.